In this video, we are going to be talking about merge sort. In the previous video, we talked about merge procedure, which is mainly used in the case of merge sort. In the earlier videos, we talked about insertion sort, whose worst case time complexity is order of n square. In case of merge sort, the worst case time complexity is theta of n log n, which is much better than the insertion sort. Alright, so let's see how merge sort makes use of the merge procedure. What was the merge procedure? Merge procedure was given an array which is divided into two parts and two individual parts, and those parts are already sorted, and we want to combine the two parts to create a single sorted array. For example, if we had two arrays, or we should say one array having something like that, 1 3 4 2 5 7. Alright, so this is a sorted array, this is a sorted array, but if we combine them, it is not sorted. Alright, so what merge procedure does is it just creates an array like this: 1 2 3 4 5 7. Alright, so two sorted arrays, it takes two sorted arrays and combines them into a single sorted array. Alright, so merge sort is a method, or it is an algorithm which works on the paradigm or programming methodology known as divide and conquer. What is divide and conquer methodology is, in divide and conquer we have three steps. The first step is to divide the problem into sub-problems. Alright, the second step is conquer, which means solve the problems recursively, solve the sub-problems recursively, and third step is combine, that is combine the solutions of all the sub-problems to form the solution of the original problem. Let us again revise what we have learned. Divide and conquer means dividing the problems into sub-problems, then solving the sub-problems recursively, and then combining the solution of those sub-problems to form the solution of the original problem. Alright, so what we do in case of merge sort is, we keep on dividing the array until the array becomes of the shortest size, that is of size 1. Alright, and then when we reach the size 1, it is already sorted, one element is already sorted, we don't need to do anything about it. Alright, so when it reaches size 1, it will take two arrays of size 1 each and combine them. Alright, now this array of size 2 will already be sorted, alright, using the procedure called as merge. Alright, and then it will keep on growing and form the solution to the original problem. Let's see how it is done. It will find the middle element and divide the array into two equal halves. Alright, let us say 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. It will find out the middle element, or to divide the array into two equal halves, it will add the starting index and end index and divide it by 2, take the floor. 1 plus 5 is equal to 6. Alright, so 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So it will take first three elements in one side and for next two elements on the other side, remaining elements. So 3 2 1 and then 6 5. Alright, now what it will do, now again it is of size 3, it will keep on dividing until it reaches size 1. Now it will again add the starting index and end index of that array. 1 plus 3 is equal to 4, 4 by 2 is 2. So two elements will be present in the starting array and the remaining one element will be present in the next array. 3 2 and 1. Alright, now this is already of size 1, so it is already sorted. Now it will take 1 and 2. 1 plus 2 is equal to 3. 3 by 2 is equal to 1.5. 1.5 store is 1. Alright, so it will take the first element in one array and next remaining one element in the next array. 3 and 2. Alright, now what it will do is, now it will call the merge procedure. What did merge procedure do? It took two arrays which are individually sorted and combined them into a single sorted array. So these are two arrays which are individually sorted. 3 is already sorted. Why? Because it is a single element. 2 is already sorted. Why? Because it is a single element. So it will take these two arrays of size 1 and combine it into a single sorted array. That is the merge procedure which we discussed in the last video. So it will create now it will merge them. Now it will merge them to form 2 and 3 using the merge procedure. Alright, so now this array 3 2 has now become 2 3. All right. Let us write previous elements also. It merged 3 and 2. All right. Now it has become an array of size 2. Now it will merge this with this. All right. 2 3 with 1. Now what it will form? This is a sorted array. This is a sorted array. When I call merge procedure in this, what will be the resulting array? It will form a single sorted array of size 3. What will be the array? Sorting these three numbers, what it will give? 1 2 3. Alright, this array is sorted and this array is sorted because it is of size 1. So it will combine these two arrays to form a single array of size 3. Single sorted array of size 3 using the merge procedure. Now this one is sorted already. Now let's come on to this one. We just discovered this side of the tree or this side. Now let us discover this one. 4 plus 5 is equal to 9. 9 by 2 is equal to 4.5. What is the floor of 4.5? Floor of 4.5 is 4. So first element or the index or the element with index 4 will remain on one side and the remaining array will remain on one side. So it will divide it like this, 6 and 5. Now since it has reached size 1, it is already sorted. Now it will call the merge procedure to merge these two sorted arrays to form a single sorted array. When it is called, it will produce something like this, 5 6. Alright. Now this is sorted and this is sorted. Again it will call merge on these two. Merge procedure on these two, 1 2 3 and 5 6. Alright. So this is sorted and this is sorted. And now it will call the merge procedure to form the array like this. 1 2 3 4 5. Sorry, 4 is not there, right? 1 2 3 5 6. So that is how the sorting is done. What it has done? It has divided the array consecutively until it gets array of size 1. Alright? 3 2 1 6 5. Alright, and whenever it gets arrays of size 1, it will combine it. It will merge those two arrays. Alright, since we have two arrays that are of size 1, the array of size 1 is already sorted. It just merges them together. 2 and 3 are merged to form 2 and 3. Alright, so what happens in a merge procedure? It just compares the two elements, whichever is smaller. It compares two elements of the array, whichever is smaller, it pushes it here. And now increment the pointer. Now this is empty. Now here it will see 3 is smaller than infinity, right? So 3 will be copied here. Alright. Now 2, 3 and 1. Which one is smaller out of 2 and 1? 1 is smaller, so 1 will be copied. Now 2, 3 is left. One array is completely finished, then this array will be copied as it is. Alright. Now 1, 2, 3 is already formed. Now in case of this, what will happen? 5 and 6, which one is smaller? 5 is smaller, increment the pointer, and this array has already finished, so this array will be copied as it is. Now again, in all of this, out of 1 and 5, which one is smaller? 1 is smaller, so copy it. Increment the pointer. Out of 2 and 5, which one is smaller? 2 is smaller, copy it. Now out of 3 and 5, which one is smaller? 3 is smaller. So copy it and then increment the pointer. Now this array is completely finished, so this array is copied as it is. That is what happens in the merge procedure. So I explained you the entire procedure or the merge sort, that is how it is done using the merge procedure. Now let us see the algorithm line by line and see how it happens. So I just forgot 3 2 1 6 5 was the array, right? Let's do it. 3 2 1 6 5. Alright, so this algorithm is like merge sort A P R. If P is less than R, then Q is equal to P plus R by 2's floor. Alright, now merge sort A P Q, merge sort A Q plus 1 R, and merge A P Q R. Alright, what it is doing is, if P is less than R, if P is greater than equal to R, it means that we have just one element in the array, then nothing needs to be done. Alright, so this is a form of recursive function. What is a recursive function? A function that calls itself is called as a recursive function. And in case of recursive functions, we have to have an anchor condition. The anchor condition is if P less than R. If P is greater than equal to R, then we have just one element in the array, so nothing needs to be done. Now if P is less than R, then what we need to do? We need to compute the middle index, alright? How is it done? Q is equal to P plus R by 2. We compute the middle index, then we call the merge sort on the first half, alright? Again the same procedure is called. Then we call the merge sort on the next half, alright? And then we merge the two arrays. That is how the algorithm works. Now let us see how it works by taking an example, alright? Now we have called the array with A, P. What is P here? 1. P is the starting index and R is the ending index of the array. Alright. Now if P less than R, is 1 less than 5? True. Then Q is equal to P plus R by 2. What is Q? Q is equal to P plus R by 2. What is P? P is 1, R is 5, P plus R by 2, 1 plus 5 by 2 is equal to 6 by 2 is equal to 3. So Q is equal to 3. Now what needs to be done? Merge sort A, P, Q. What are we doing? We are calling merge sort on A, P. Let's do it in the tree form, otherwise you might forget what the function calls. Let us see. Merge sort on 1, 5, A, 1, 5. What it is doing is it has computed Q is equal to 3. Now it is calling merge sort on A, P. What is P? P is 1, Q. What is Q? 3. Merge sort. Alright, and also it merge sort A, P, Q, merge sort A, P, Q. What is Q here? 3. Also it is, what is the next line? Now next line is merge sort A, Q plus 1 R. A, Q plus 1 R means A, Q plus 1. Q is 3, 3 plus 1, 4, and R. What is R? 5. Alright, and then it is calling merge. Alright, merging these two arrays. I am not writing it because there is no space. Now let's see what happens in case of merge sort A13. Alright, so in case of merge sort A13 is called. Now let us see. A, P is 1 and R is 3. If P is less than R, is 1 less than 3? True. Q is equal to P plus R by 2. 3 plus 1, 4. 4 by 2 is 2. So Q is equal to 2 now. Q is equal to 2 in this case. Now merge sort A, P, Q. Merge sort A. What is A here? A is the same. 1. P is 1. And what is Q? Q is 2. Merge sort A. Merge sort A. Now Q plus 1 R. What is Q plus 1? Q plus 1, Q is equal to 2. Q plus 1 means 3. And what is R? R is 3. R is 3, right? P is 1 and Q is 2. How we computed it, right? Now what is the next line to be executed? Merge A, P, Q, R. Merge. Alright, merge these two arrays, right? Now let us see what happens. Now again merge sort is called A, P, R. What is A? A is the same, 1, P is 1 and R is 2. Alright, now Q is equal to P plus R by 2. 2 plus 1, 3 by 2, 1.5, that is 1. Q is 1. Now what it will do? Q is computed merge sort A, P, Q. Merge sort A, P, Q. What is P? 1. What is Q? 1. Alright, now merge sort A, Q plus 1 R. Merge sort A. What is Q plus 1? 1 plus 1, which is 2. R. What is R? Alright, and next it will call merge. Right? Now A11. Now what is done? Is P less than R now? No, it is not less than R. So what is that condition? It is the condition that we have reached the smallest element, that is we have reached an array of size 1. So nothing needs to be done, it just simply returns from it. It does nothing and simply returns. Alright, so let us see what happened all this while. 32165 was the original array. Now we call merge sort on 1, 2, 3, that is 3, 2, 1. Now we call merge sort on 1, 2, that is 3, 2. Now we call merge sort on 3. Now 3 is sorted and now we call merge sort A2, 2. 2 is sorted. What I am trying to say is, now this element is talking about just one element. Is P less than R? No, it is not less than R, so nothing needs to be done. Now what is being done is merge. Alright, first this, then this, then this. Alright, so what is now happening? Now it is merging these two. What happens if we merge it? It will become something like this. Alright, now Now what we are what is happening now? Merge sort A33. Is P less than R? Is P less than R? No, it is not less than R. So it simply returns on which part? 1. It simply returns now. Now what we do? Merge. What do we need to merge? These two arrays. What do we need to merge? A12 and A33. A12 and A33. A12 and A33 we need to merge. So when we merge it, what is the resulting array? Resulting array is 1, 2, 3. Alright. Now we have merged it. Now what happens? Merge sort A45. Now what happens? A45 is P less than R? Yes, it is less than R. So Q is equal to P plus R by 2. What is Q? Q is equal to P plus R by 2. Q is equal to 5 plus 4, 9 by 2, 4. Alright, so we call merge sort on A, 4 by 4, P. Now what is Q? Q is 4 again. Alright, now we call merge sort on A, 4 plus 1. Q plus 1 we are calling, right? Q plus 1. What is Q plus 1? 4 plus 1, 5 and 5. Alright, and now when we call merge sort with 4, 4, P is not less than R, simply returns. 4, 4 means 6. 5, 5 means 5. And now it is calling merge. Alright, A4, 5 will call this merge sort A4, 4, merge sort A5, 5 and merge APQR. That is merge this. Alright, so merge A, P, Q. Q is 4. A, 4, 4, 5. Alright, so now it will be merged. What is this? It needs to merge these two arrays. Alright, so what will be merged? 5, 6 will be merged to form one array. 5 and 6 will be merged. Alright, so these are two arrays of size 1 each. Alright, when they are merged, it will form something like this. That is an array of size 2, which is already sorted. 5, 6, we got 5, 6 now. Now what happens is we reach here. I have traversed the tree like this, alright? Top to bottom, left to right. If you can understand it. Alright. So now we need to merge. What we need to merge? We have got two arrays. 1, 2, 3 and 5, 6. Now we need to merge these two arrays. When we merge these two arrays, what we will get? We will get 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. Alright, so we got the sorted array as a final result. So what it is doing is merge sort. In merge sort we are not doing anything. We are just dividing the array so that we reach an array of size, the least size, that is of size 1. That is all what we are doing. Alright, so we are just reaching here and not doing anything. Alright, we are just dividing the array. The main thing is merge procedure, which we discussed in the last video. That is merging two sorted arrays into one sorted array. Alright, so that was how the algorithm works. Now talking about the time complexity, merge procedure is order of n. How? If you remember the last video, what was there? There were 3 loops. One was from 1 to n1. 3 for loops were there. 1 to n1. One was from 1 to n2, and one was from p to r. Now n1 and n2 were less than n. Tell me what is this? Theta of n1 plus theta of n2 plus theta of n. Now since n1 is less than n, n2 is less than n, now therefore this just boils down to theta of n. Why? The last loop, that was the for loop from p to r, it was running from 1 to n times, so theta of n. It was running n1 times, it was running n2 times. So the 3 loops combinedly took time of theta of n. Other than for loops, they were all constant statements, and the statements inside the for loops were also constant time statements. So there was the time taken for those statements were theta of 1. And now the third loop took the most time, that is theta of n time, because it runs from 1 to n. Alright, so theta of n is the maximum time taken by the merge procedure, or the average time taken by the merge procedure. Alright, so order of n, and now this will take t of n by 2. Why? This particular statement divides the array into two equal parts, alright, that is from 1 to q and from p to q and from q plus 1 to r. And how it is computing q? By taking the middle term, alright. So it is dividing the array into two equal halves. So if this algorithm is taking t of n time, then this will take t of n by 2 time, also this will take t of n by 2 times. This is a constant time statement, this is also constant time statement, alright. So if I add all this, what will I get? I will get t of n is equal to 2t of n by 2 plus order of n. Now using Master's theorem, if we solve it, we will get t of n is equal to theta of n log n. Alright. So this will be the time complexity of the merge sort, which is better than that of insertion sort. So theta of n log n of the merge sort and theta of order of n square of the insertion sort. So at that note, I end this lecture. And if you like this video, please don't forget to press the like button, subscribe to my channel for more such videos, share this video with your friends whom you think would find this useful. I'll see you in my next one.